morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Hillel Baldwin, and wherever you are on this planet, among some almost 800 registrants and colleagues, it is my great honor and pleasure to welcome you along with my co-chair, Dr. Magda Havas, to our 2021 Virtual Electromagnetic Fields Conference. We've been honored to assemble an outstanding panel of research scientists, clinicians, and physicians for your education in this evolving field of EMF science. Not to mention our virtual exhibit hall consisting of booths from sponsors around the globe. Please avail yourself of the opportunity to visit the hall and the items contained there during your free time over the next few days. It is my hope that as a practicing neurosurgeon, this conference serves to inform you of the fundamentals of EMF challenges that we face as a global community. When we as physicians take the Hippocratic Oath, we are taught first, cause no harm. And it's this very environmental factor that we are dealing with that we as clinicians, researchers, and scientists need to put our attention to. You will learn about the pathophysiology of oxidative stress that is at the core of the disease process that we are observing around the world and the current public policy issues that consume many of us who are at the forefront of improving global health. You will learn about electrohypersensitivity and realize that all of us are EHS, electrohypersensitive to some degree or another, whether or not we exhibit outward symptoms. We will learn about the EMF effects on developing brains in children and options for changing this direction, and hopefully so much more. It is my vision that you take away some newfound information that inspires you to examine your life, your patients' lives, families and friends' lives in a different light, and become conscious about the direction that we are moving in as a global community to question, research, and affect change for the betterment of mankind. This conference, along with the scholarship program, is being held in honor of the late Dr. Martin Blank, a trailblazing American scientist who worked at the interface of physics, chemistry, and biology, where he examined the influence of electromagnetic field exposures on cellular stress responses, including its effects on DNA. Dr. Blank spent 35 years at Columbia University, where he was an associate professor in the Department of Physiology and Cellular Biophysics. To paraphrase his obituary from the New York Times, he was admired in academia, government, industry, and activist circles for fearless honesty and the ability to explain complex cellular bioelectromagnetics with accompanying environmental effects on tech-loving societies. And that is who we are. The Martin Blank Scholarship awardees are Dr. Robert Luby. He is the director of the Medical Education Institute of Functional Medicine. Dr. Luby received his MD from Columbia University of the College of Physicians and Surgeons. He was board certified in integrative holistic medicine in 2002. And in 2013, he joined the first class of the IFM certified practitioners. Before joining that institution, he had teaching affiliations at Harvard, UMass, Tufts, Boston University, and the University of Vermont. Michael Tse, Dr. Michael Tse, Professor of Urology, University of San Diego, Director, Men's Health Clinic at UCSD Health Systems. Dr. Tse received his medical degree from the University of Vermont and completed his postgraduate training at Baylor University and the George Washington University. He specializes in infertility and men's health. Since joining UCSD in 2012, he's published over 30 peer-reviewed articles and has also helped hundreds of previously infertile couples conceive. Dr. Alexandra Stefanovic, Associate Professor of Medicine, Duke University, Duke Cancer Institute. Dr. Stefanovic received her medical degree from the University of Bonn in Germany. She completed residency training in internal medicine at the Western Pennsylvania Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and did her fellowship training in hematology and medical oncology at the University of Miami Jackson Memorial Hospital. She now is a specialist in hematologic oncology with cellular therapy, with a particular focus on lymphoproliferative neoplasms and chronic lymphocytic leukemia. Active research interests include clinical and pathological features, treatment outcomes of rare types of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, novel agents and treatment approaches for patients with Hodgkin's and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. She has co-authored over 24 peer-reviewed publications in her field. We are honored to have these awardees, and we look forward to their contributions to the field of EMF science. I would be sincerely remiss if I failed to acknowledge all the people that made this event possible and beautifully pivoted in the transition from an in-person meeting to a virtual platform during COVID-19. In many ways, this virtual meeting is more complex than putting on a live show. So we owe a debt of gratitude to our organizing committee and their tireless efforts in planning and constructing this conference, which include Elizabeth Kelly and her husband, Bill Dingledine, Ariane Glazer, Christy Mattson, Jennifer Diamond, Deborah Davis, Sharon Goldberg, Magda Havas, Sheena Symington, my wife, Jennifer Baldwin, who started us on this path of electro-hypersensitivity awareness, and Cindy Russell. They have all worked tirelessly to assemble all the moving parts of this virtual program, and I have been honored to be among their company, which now brings me to introduce Dr. Cindy Russell.